I spent a few moments at City Hall this evening with Ms. Renee Holden and Mrs. Vicki Williams Cullins of the Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated from the Hampton chapter and from the Newport News chapter respectively. And they were both gracious enough to give an interview for Examine Truth TV, and these are the comments they shared for us. I'm sitting here this evening with Ms. Renee Holden of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. And my question to you, Ms. Holden, is can you share with the viewers on YouTube and Examine Truth TV what exactly does Delta Sigma Theta Sorority do, and how do you implement your policies?
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak on our illustrious sorority. Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated is a private, non-profit organization whose purpose is to provide assistance and support through established programs in local communities throughout the world. The major programs of the sorority are based on the organization's 5-point programmatic thrust: economic development, educational development, international awareness and involvement, physical and mental health, and political awareness and involvement. And it is the charge of the Social Action Committee to advocate political awareness and involvement to address those issues that on public policy and economic viability and social justice.
I'm also sitting here this evening with Mrs. Vicki Williams Cullins of the Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. And my question to you, Mrs. Cullins, is how does Delta Sigma Theta incorporate their policies and procedures, and how do they create the political awareness in the political forum and arena?
Well, what we try to do to raise awareness is we collaborate with like-minded groups. We are a nonpartisan organization, which means that we don't endorse any candidates or any particular issues. We don't want to have any type of leanings. With that being said, earlier today and for the past 3 weeks, we have collaborated with the League of Women Voters regarding debates in the city of Newport News as well as the city of Hampton. That alone has allowed us to raise the awareness in regards to the issues that affect the respective cities. And by doing that, we do it in a cross manner, not just addressing issues that affect African Americans, but affect the community at large. Additionally, we have developed and facilitated a restoration of rights clinic. And what that does is it raises awareness on how people who have lost their rights due to being felons, it allows them the opportunity to get their rights restored. What's very important for us is that we learn from each other, we learn from like-minded groups, and we continue to try to be creative in reaching our goals with the programs that we have. We have been around come 2013 for 100 years. We started off, actually, one of our major events was the suffrage march. And it was with the League of Women Voters, even though at that time in 1913, they didn't want us there, but we made it there.
With regard to the upcoming election on May 1st, what portions has Delta Sigma Theta played? What parts have they played in the political process, and how have they helped or encouraged the process?
Excellent question. On the local level, we have afforded the constituents on the peninsula an opportunity to engage those candidates and incumbents who are running for the city council and also for the school board. We have arranged forums where citizens can come in and ask us pertinent questions that have a direct impact on their lives. And all of the candidates and incumbents have an opportunity to speak face to face with those taxpayers, those voters whom they're trying to get votes from. We have also established regular voter registration drive, because that is so important. A lot of people are excited about the national election, but what they need to understand is because these local elections, like city council and school board, that directly impact their everyday lives. And so we have significantly encouraged citizens to register to vote, to ensure that they know where their polling stations are. With the passing of the what we would call voter suppression bills, things have changed for people to register. We want to make sure they have all the information that they need so they do not have a problem when they get to the polls. Additionally, we have also reached out to other established community organizations to ensure that those citizens who may be intimidated by the political process, that they have an opportunity to register to vote as well, and they are familiar with the changes in the laws and also have a way to get to the polls, because it's one thing to be registered and it's another thing to turn out to vote.
I agree. What are some of the other things that Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated are involved in?
Well, I want to just kind of take it away from that question and kind of bring it around to what our goals are, if you will. We want to raise awareness, and of course it is a struggle, and it is a struggle because people are not aware of how important local elections are to them because they don't see the connection. So our goal is to try to create the connection. People will come out to hear from folks when they realize that these people are affecting them. When it affects me, when it affects my intrinsic needs, then I'm more apt to come and question you. And that's what our goals are. Our goals are to raise awareness in the political process. We want people, one, to know if they're registered to vote, if they're not, how to do it. If they can't show up in the polls, how to vote absentee. If they can't get to the polls, how to reach out to someone to get them there. But before I have you to vote, before I have you to vote absentee, I need you to become educated in the process. I need you to not vote because people, you like them or someone's told you to vote for them. I'm not going to tell people that they need to vote for Obama because he's black and he's the current president. That's not my role. My role is for you to question the people who are proposing to be candidates. That's what our goal is. Our goal is to hopefully get people excited and get people in a position so that they question, and when they question, they demand that people give them answers. And if they don't have the answers that they want, then they perhaps will run themselves. And that's something that we're working on for November. We have the forum that's coming up on May 18th at the Rupert Sargent's building. We've collaborated again with the League of Women Voters. We want people to come out and question their legislators. People are voting. They're not always voting the way that you want them to vote, but you don't always challenge them to vote the way that you want them to vote. So our goal is, one, is to make certain that our constituents in our service areas are active and reactive and proactive participants in the political process. That is our goal as members of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
My position within Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated at the local level is the social action chairperson, and I am charged with ensuring that our sorority members and the community in general have the information to make changes, to make direct changes through the legislative process on the local, state, and national level. One of the things that I enjoy most about social action is I can engage other organizations and programs within the sorority and find the social action piece, that law that needs to be changed or amended, that policy that needs to be implemented to support them. For instance, last month we had an impact day that addressed the community service for our young people. And the social action piece was there was budget discussions at the Hampton City Council that looked to reduce those services. And so it was incumbent upon social action to let people know you need to engage the council because they're talking about the budget right now. You need to let them know that this is important to your community, that we need these services. And so social action is the lifeblood of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. We originally established on the issues addressing African Americans, but as my sister has said, it encompasses the entire community. And we are just that voice to advocate for people who feel that they are powerless. We present those policies and procedures. We provide or help convey a strategy so that people can see change in their community.
Ms. Renee Holden and Mrs. Vicki Williams Cullens for Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Would you like to share for YouTube viewers and for Examine Truth TV any final comments? Either one of you can go first.
As members of a 100-year-old organization, I am proud to say that the women of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated are truly committed to improving the lives of everyday citizens, not only African American women, but all people. It is this organization's commitment to ensure that those who feel that they are powerless have a voice and a means to address and redress pain, suffering that has been bestowed upon them.
Ms. Cullens?
Well, I would like to say this, that as Renee has stated, as I stated earlier, our goal as women of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated is to ensure that the citizens in our service area and beyond are informed, they are excited, they understand the process, and they feel empowered to become agents of change no matter what. That one person can actually make a difference. And our goal as women in our sorority is to make sure that we give them the tools to make that happen.
Well, I want to say to you both a great big thank you, and thank you in the name of Jesus for Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and certainly for taking your time out with me this evening to share a few comments with Examine Truth TV. We thank you so much for your time, ladies, and God bless you both.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care.